arrest me, put me in jail, but I'm willing to go to jail for you guys, just to be sure that you guys pick the juice out of this business. There's a lot of money to be made in this business. People are making so much money, but there are so many of you that rather than make the money in this business, you're just not seeing it. And I pray that you are able to see the good in this business, the gold in this business, so that you can begin to dig it out. Some of you are not digging. Some of you are so lazy. Some of you need to fight your comfort zone. Some of the leaders even here, some of the leaders here are now so nonchalant. Some of them are just relaxed in their comfort zone and just expecting for their teammates to just be working while they are just eating. Okay. I hope that today from today's meeting, you're able to pick one or two things that are going to drive your business forward. Okay. What I'm training today is the pathway, challenge 36, the pathway to becoming a millionaire. And I'm excited because you're also going to see how you can fuse Project Activate into the business that we do. Do you understand? I learned so much from our trip in Nairobi, and I want to bring some of that lesson today to our meeting today, okay? The video I'm about to share, I've already shared it to a couple of my leaders, but I'm going to reshare it again because some of them have been asking me, please, can I get that video? I didn't really get some things. My video was a bit shaky. My network is a bit shaky. Today is that opportunity. You have to learn it so you can drive it home to your team. A lot of structure are coming into our business. Trust me, if you don't pick on these things and you're constantly left behind, what is going to happen to you is that you're going to wake up one morning. Now everyone buying cars, becoming millionaires, and you're just really, really left behind. Trust me, you do not want that to happen to you, okay? Let me say this again. Please go to your various WhatsApp groups and say, the meeting has started already, okay? Go to your various WhatsApp groups and say, the meeting has started already, okay? I'm going to play that video, and once I start that video, I'm just going to run it all through, okay? So before I start that, let us recite our vision. We have been given the mandate that we need to continue to make people see where we're going to. The problem is that if we don't see where we're going to, then there's no excitement to embark on the journey. I remember those days we used to travel to my village when we're young. We used to be so excited about traveling to my village because, of course, there were a lot of young people. You see cousins, blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, the excitement, the thrill of going to a different place outside of the environment that you're so used to. Okay. So I remember those days. Once my dad just says, oh, we're going to the village, everyone just get excited. Those that will get excited, some of my siblings were always not excited, okay? I used to be excited because I just loved going to different places. I don't really care for, whether it's a village or not. I just want to experience a new place and all that, especially, I would just want to get out of where I'm so used to being at, okay? So I remember those days, my dad just said, oh, this is where we're going to. Everybody just gets, those that are excited will just get excited and start packing. But do you think if my dad just says, oh, we're going out, some of us together, we want to ask, where are we going to? Is where we're going to that will now determine how excited we'll be, right? So that's the thing about vision. Some of you are not even, it's not quite clear to you where we're going to. That is why we're going to continue to resell the vision to some of you, to all of you, until we understand what the assignment is. And then, of course, not just the vision, the mission as well. So that until you understand the assignment, that is what's going to propel you to embark on the vision full force, okay? First of all, the vision is to raise, I want us to recite it together, okay? The vision is to what? To raise a financially free people who will in turn raise other financially free people who will collectively use their resources and affect the world positively. If you're not part of this vision, you are either part of it or you are against it, okay? And it's also going to show in how you're doing your business. How are you presenting? Are you excited? Are you enthusiastic? When you're selling the vision to people, what exactly are you saying to them? Can they smell the excitement? Can they feel it? Okay, if you don't buy into this vision, you're going to continue to struggle. So I will advise you, if you don't buy into it, if you feel like I'm uncomfortable with raising financially free people, I don't want people to be financially free. I want people to continue to struggle. So I don't want to be part of this vision, right? Or I don't want to use this vehicle this is my vision, but I don't want to use this vehicle. I will just advise you, leave the team, because if you continue to stay here and just be marking time and be watching people and just be hoping that one day you're going to luckily make money, trust me, it will not happen. I've not seen anybody make money here on luck. I'm just advising so you will not be struggling, okay? So this is the vision. You're either aligning with the vision or you're not aligning with the vision. So let's get straight into the mission, okay? To raise 50,000 monthly millionaires in the connected economy and usher in the next generation world changers. So that's what the mission is. And I want to ask every single one of you, are you part of the vision and are you part of the mission of this business? of this team, of this group of people who have dedicated their lives towards, helping people to be financially secured. A lot of the leaders here are already making a lot of money, but guess what? They are not stopping, because until we reach everybody, we have not even started our journey, okay? Until we reach everybody, that's the mission. Until we reach everybody, until we hit the mark, we're not going anywhere, okay? And remember, as soon as we hit the mark, there will always be a bigger mark to meet, okay? I mean, why is it that imams are not stopping? Why is it that pastors are not stopping? Why is it that reverend fathers are not stopping? They're not stopping because they have not reached everybody. So every time even if they say, okay, my goal today is to fill up this mosque with people, or to fill up this church with people, so that I can convert a lot of them to help them believe in God and all that. Even when this mosque is full, they want to go to another one, right? Because we need to save people. The more people we save, until we save a lot of people, we're not stopping. Do you understand that, right? So the same thing with Christianity and other religions as well. Until they hit the mark, they are not stopping, okay? So I want us to also recite these affirmations. These were affirmations that was Mike put together in one of the blueprints, and I want us to recite it. And as you recite it, I want you to believe it. Don't just recite it like, oh, let it just be. Ambassador said we should just recite it. Recite it with bring in belief, bring in passion, bring in strength to what you're saying, okay? And then make sure that you're saying like you really absolutely believe it for yourself. It's not me you're doing it for. You're doing it for yourself. When you start buying the properties and all those things, Ambassador talk to us about how to use the real estate division, how to really sell it to our prospect to get people to join the business now before the real estate division is fully launched. And I'm happy that I'm sure a lot of you learned from yesterday's meeting, okay? So let's dive straight into it, okay? So 1, 2, 3, go. I have a heart of gold, a heart that cares for the success of other people. I am selfless, always looking out for my teammates. People that join my business become very successful within a short period of time. I am disciplined and I follow through on my commitments. I am a success and I create success at will. Nobody and nothing can stop me from realizing my potentials in the connected economy. I am a multi-millionaire and a millionaire creator, and I have no excuses. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your year. I know that it looks like it's just 2 months away, but trust me, this is our year of creating monthly millionaires. No excuses. Just get on board. Just continue to build. Trust me, the thing about our business is that when it rains, it pours, okay? So this is our affirmation, and I want you to screenshot it and continue to reaffirm and reaffirm and reaffirm it until you begin to see it, okay? So what we're doing is that we're just calling for things as though they are currently are until they become. Do you understand? We're calling for things as if they are there already until they become, because they will really become. Somebody called for a plane. The person did not see it. And right now, people are, getting on board a plane. I can't even imagine doing road trips anymore. That's the truth. Except maybe I travel to somewhere and they are doing a road trip to, another part of that city. And that one is exciting. I'm exploring a new place. But I'm doing a road trip in Nigeria. Travel from, and let's say maybe Makurdi to Abuja. I don't think that's ever going to happen. But I would not have been bragging, I will never, if there was no airplane. I will not be bragging if there was no airplane, okay? But I'm sure when somebody was saying, oh, somebody's going to, a time is going to, what I'm trying to come up with is to see how people can fly from one part of the world to another part of the world. I'm sure they were looking at this person, oh God, the witchcraft in this person, we need to fire, I'm sure when this person was talking, for people that, is it Edo people that fly at night, please, Edo people, forgive me, these people are notorious for that. I don't know, they say people fly at night. I don't know if it's with broom or if it's with a mop stick. I don't know. But please, is it Edo that they usually crack that joke with? Is it Edo? People should answer me now. Is it Edo or another? Which state again? Do you understand? I'm sure if the person that invented airplane or started the plans and everything, if the person was in Edo state, they would have said, this man, oh God, this person they'll start looking for how to ambush you. Someone said even Kogi State. They're going to start looking for, but people, I'm sure when he was selling the vision to people, they're just looking at him like, who is this mad person? Psyche may be calling you like, Psyche is just calling you like this. Do you understand? So I'm sure when you're calling forth, you're telling your family members, I'm going to become a multi-millionaire through this business. I'm going to raise millionaires through this business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to buy cars. I'm going to change our family story. They're just looking at you like, what is this person saying? Do you understand? Please, are you sure we will not, our daughter has not just lost it. They've brainwashed our daughter. Our daughter has just, or our son has lost it, okay? So just continue to call for those things that are not in this moment as though they are until they become, because they are going to become if you really, really believe in this business, okay? So let me play the video immediately. Let me quickly play the video. Please, everybody, pay attention. Pay 100% attention. Take as many notes as possible. As many notes as possible. Like I said earlier, if the leaders find out that I'm playing this video from Nairobi, they are going to, oh God. Anyway, I'll go to jail for you people, Sha. People should just know that I'll go to jail for you people. So let me just play the video immediately. So remember, like I said earlier, take as many notes as possible, okay? So I'm going to play it. You guys should let me know if you can hear it, okay? Okay, you guys are going to let me know if you can hear it, okay? So I'm playing now.
They look at the foolish, read every one of them because they were.
So let me know if you can hear it. Can you hear it? Were you guys hearing it? And was it clear? Oh, fantastic. Okay, good, good, good. If you can't hear it, that means you might have to log out and log back in.
Ignorant of the ordinary man, so they couldn't get their way to the city. One of the things I saw, because I like observing, I meet a lot of persons, those who run business, is that a lot of persons are in position of what they don't understand. And the worst thing is that they are trying to use it. What is the proof that you don't know the road to the city, that you are struggling?
Is the video clear? Please let me know, leaders. Is the video clear? Can you see it? Is it? I know that some things are blocking it because the what's it called? The bottle that I had on, I was trying to find a way to record it so you guys could see it, okay? So is the video moving? Everything clear? Okay, fantastic.
You are tired after doing the activity. Leaders, you will agree with me that when you do an activity that you understand clearly, at the end you have energy, you are not tired. A student who just walked into the exam hall and he knows all the answer, trust me, he will come out excited as if he has not written any exam. The energy is still intact. But when you are wearied out and you are tired out, it's a proof that you are struggling. You don't know what you're doing. So the secrets are not actually secrets because they are out there, but I'm going to be mentioning them. One of the things is that we try to understand clearly the system to becoming a Kingsman from the incubator. Understanding it, not just using it. Understanding it means that you understand the psychology behind what you are using. Why am I using this? What am I expected to get out of what I'm using? I should have started by just saying briefly about myself, but I have jumped down already. My name is Dr. Abraham Acharu. I have a background in academics. I used to be a lecturer. Struggled through the system because it was just about salary. Until salary was taken away, I was not paid salary for 35 months. Wow. 35 months. Those are the people I looked up to be like them, were the professors. We all became broken, all of us. So there was no longer, there's no role model, there's nobody to look up to be like again. Because the people I was looking up to were all on the same page until God connected me to this amazing platform. I connected from Kaduna. I was invited to come and take a look at the opportunity in Abuja. Coming to Abuja was a problem because the transfer was not there. Plenty degrees, I have all the degrees. That's not true. The only one I don't have is NC, but everyone you mentioned, I have it. Plenty degrees, but there's no money. There's title, plenty title, but there's no money. When I came to Abuja, saw the opportunity and it was clear. Getting started was a problem. We were 70 of us that came to see the opportunity in 2 batches. The first batch, 35 came, saw it, I was in the first batch. The second batch saw it came, I was the last person to sign up, there was no money. I was looking for money until God connected me. So I built my business from Kaduna. I started building my business from Kaduna. So some of the things I understood outside Abuja was are some of the things I'm going to be communicating, and then what cut across all the teams, both the Eagles and Diamond team. I discovered that in this business there is a system, yes. But at the end of the day, I also discovered that there is a culture. You can have a system, but there are certain things you can't do in this business until you connect with the culture. In Kaduna, I was building my business, and I got to a point I knew that if I don't leave this environment, I might not grow beyond this point again. It was clear. And I discussed with my mentor last year, October, November. I said, I want to relocate to Abuja. He said, why? Don't be there. And I gave him my reasons. I said, well, I'm there. Trust me, there's nothing to inspire me there. I said, my environment, I'm just like the alpha and omega. When I come to the office, nobody checks on me. Nothing. I'm on my own. And I can't grow like that. So he said, okay, come. So I relocated to Abuja on the 3rd of January this year when we returned from Dubai. Wow. And one of the major reasons why I returned was I wanted to be under pressure, because I know myself. I work best under pressure. There's no pressure, no results. That's just the truth. So when I came back to Abuja this year, I started grinding. I discovered I wasn't running business. That's just the truth. Before, because I discovered so many things that was happening if it comes to building a business that people outside are liking. So one of the things I tried to do when I came back was I tried to ensure that my teammates have contact with Abuja from time to time, just to see and connect with the culture. The culture cannot be studied. You just have to connect it. Come to the environment, see how things is being done. Look at how everything is being done. That is how you'll be able to connect. So ladies and gentlemen, the system, we understood the system to becoming a Kingsman from the Incubator and understanding the psychology behind every activity there. Time will fail me to go into the details, but I'll just talk about the Incubator alone and then we'll move forward. Okay. The Incubator we discovered that the Incubator is the fundamental when it comes to building anybody, a leader, the Incubator. What you do with the person within the first 1 week will determine ultimately what the person will become. That first 1 week. The system has activities. Let me quickly define the system, what I was able to gather. I define it as an entirely integrated, completely functional series of processes that has been designed to produce consistent, immeasurable, and specific results. Now, one of the things I discovered, I saw a lot of people mistaking tools for systems. Tools are not systems. That's number one. So when you pick up one tool and you think you have a system, you don't have a system. You just have one part of the system. A good system will take advantage of good numbers of tools. And a tool by itself is worthless without a system. Also, we discovered that never be the hero. Let the system be the hero. Let the system be the hero. So for an incubator, what you do with the person who comes into your business in that first 1 week determines the outcome of the person. What you're supposed to do, now the activities are not activities you can do. Yes, you can do the activities, but if you don't do them at the right time, you will never have the results. Somebody just joined your business. You're supposed to validate the person's decision for joining your business, and you are too busy, and you decide to do it 2 days later. That person has gone already. Person has gone already. Because one thing I believe and I saw in this business is that if you don't validate their decision, someone else will invalidate their decision. People who invalidate their decision are plenty. They will make them feel that they've made the wrong decisions, they made the wrong choices. But one time you see you sign up people into the business, they're agile, they're happy, they're excited, they just go home and you're calling them, they're no longer picking. You're wondering what happened. Somebody has invalidated their decision. Eric said that one call, that call you call to validate their decision can seal up their destinies in this business. So ladies and gentlemen, after the validation of the decision, the next thing is for us to send the first year in network marketing, even before they attend QSG. Most of us used to leave them when they come to QSG. Between when they leave you and come to QSG, anything can happen. I see my first year network marketing as a vaccine. As a mother, if you give birth to a child, and there's a vaccine they give to children at birth, I'm aware, immediately. If you don't give it to them, then you expose them to the risk of the killer diseases out there. Now, will you as a mother say, okay, don't worry, I'll come back 2 days later, 3 days later, 1 week later for the vaccine? No. For me, my first year in network marketing is a vaccine that must be given at birth. Before they come for QSG, hand it over to them. That is what an entrepreneur mentor has taught us. He says, send it to them first. Let them start reading it. It will deliver so many of them. So that it exposes the pitfalls. It exposes all the things that can likely take them out of the business, even before they come. Most times, the things you are aware of cannot keep you again. Hello? Yeah. So my first year network marketing, that is the purpose. I usually tell when I'm giving it to someone to read, I'll tell you, are you excited about this business? Yes. Do you want to do this business? Yes. Do you want to become successful? Is it? Yes. Are you praying that anything should take you out? He said no. Or you see this book, if you don't read this book, just the introduction and chapter 1, trust me, you won't be in this business. I'm already telling him that he can fail without reading that. So he takes it very seriously, even before the QSG. Because sometimes we don't get to do QSG immediately. My first year network marketing is supposed to be read within the first 24 to 48 hours of joining the business. And then from my first year network marketing will take them to the QSG. The QSG, why the QSG? Most people don't even know why they run QSG. Since you don't know why you're running QSG, the person can attend and come out and you are demanding nothing from him. The purpose of the QSG is simply to connect them to value. Simple. When the value of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Trust me, once the people, it doesn't matter how they're excited, once they don't know the value, forget it. In sciences, there's what called excitation. Excitation, when an element leaves the ground state, gets to the excited state, it can't stay there forever. It must return back to the ground state. And when it is returning, what happens is that it emits all the energy it has acquired, and then return back to the ground state. But once they see the value and they catch it, that's all. Then the IPO is the orientation. Anybody who comes into a new environment must go through an orientation program to understand the do and don't, so I don't get killed. There are things you will do that takes you out before your time. In school, when new students resume on campus, we organize an orientation program for them. When you resume in a new office, there's an orientation program for you, so you understand the do and don't. That is the purpose of IPO. Ladies and gentlemen, they get their 50 contact mail lists, do their big announcements, fill their expectation management form, and then they appear in the incubation graduation. Now, that is what I'm just going to talk about, the incubation graduation. What do we do there? That's where we sell the vision. We sell the vision. There's this video we always use in our incubator graduation before anything by Brent Wallace. That 15 minutes video that explains the industry. And then we now come to discuss the system, make them understand the system. Make them understand that the system is the alpha and the omega here. There's one hero here. The hero here is the system. So if there's anything you need to study and understand and follow, make them understand that the system is the alpha.
I need to explain something here. Can anybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Is the video clear? Okay, fantastic. So I need to explain something here. We need to understand the psychology of what we do, right? Part of the reason why he has not started talking about the challenge 36 and everything. If you don't understand why we do what we do, then there will be no motivation to use it in the first place. We need to first of all understand, why are we even doing this? Why do we put people through these processes? Why do we ensure and engage people at these levels? Why is it that when someone signs up, we're so particular about doing their IPO, their trainings and all that? It is very important that we understand it before we even start using these things. And there's something as well he said, right? Never form the hero of this business. Never form that you're the tool. Don't come out as the tool. Use the tools that are available. Some of you say, the questionnaire is our system, it's one of our systems. No, it's a component of the system. Do you understand? And if you don't know why we use all these things, the SMO checklist and all that, you'll be a rebel. Every time your leader says, let's use this, you will not use it. You'll be telling yourself, my leaders, my teammates, we know what we're doing, okay? Yes, this whole training he did was done before we, Ambassador Michael Cody, and then, of course, the other GA leaders, that's our president and other GA leaders, before they brought some other structure to our business, which I'll still streamline for us. But let's understand the psychology behind these systems, okay? Please, leaders, go to your various WhatsApp groups and post that the meeting has started already. I can't believe that we're 3:55. We have passed this level. We cannot even be like this. Some of you leaders are just looking at me. Stop looking at me, please. Post the meeting, that the meeting has started already. Because if your teammates are not here, you cannot inspire them. You cannot inspire them the way that Abraham is doing in this moment. Okay, so I'm continuing with the video.
And the omega here. There's no hero here. The hero here is the system. So if there's anything you need to study and understand and follow, is the system. For me, when I looked at the system our masterminds have created for us, brilliant, very beautiful. But the SMO checklist itself is not a system. From my understanding, I start to be corrected. The SMO checklist is not a system, because from my understanding of the system means that all the activities you will do to produce that end result. So if you take part of the activities and call it a system, no, it's not systems. In sciences, we said if you have cells, different cells coming together to perform the same function, it becomes what? It becomes a tissue. Different tissues coming to perform the same function becomes what? An organ. Different organs coming to perform the same function becomes what? A system. It's likened to what we have here. So if you take part, this is one of the areas I see a lot of people struggle. If you take one portion of it and say this one is the one that worked for me, and then you leave the rest, it's a complete system. If you leave some part, you can't have the end result. Remember the definition I gave us: to produce a consistent, a measurable, and a specific result at the end of the day. So when I looked at what our mastermind has given to us, for me, we have two components of the system. Two. The first component of the system is the SMO checklist. So the SMO checklist itself is not the system. It's just a component of the system. And what does the SMO checklist? What is the purpose of the SMO checklist? It's to produce Kingsman. That's all. To produce Kingsman. Now, why are we producing Kingsman? People need to know. Just go and become a Kingsman. Why do you want the person to become a Kingsman? The person is not aware. You are gendering him, become a Kingsman, become a Kingsman. The Kingsmen are the building blocks of our business. If you want to build a house, you need a block. You need blocks. They are the building blocks of our business. Now, once the person finishes his SMO checklist, the second component of the C2 energy system, for me, is the 555 worksheets. Now, what is the purpose of the 555 worksheets? Is to produce leaders. It's the 555 worksheet that produce leaders, not the SMO checklist. Now, what is the function of leaders? Why do we need leaders in our business? Because leaders are the pillars of any business, of any building. The integrity of your building is going to be determined by the pillars you have in that building. The reason why you can build a business into crash, you actually build it, you can build a house with blocks. But trust me, when the trial times comes, they will come, it will go down. But when you have pillars, the building will still be standing. So these are the purpose. Kingsman to produce blocks, the building blocks, and then leaders are the pillars of our business. Ladies and gentlemen, having understood the system, there was a tool. I'll call it a tool because anything you use to produce the result is the tool. But the entire process is what makes it a system. One of the things he handed over to us was Challenge 36. Challenge 36. How many of us seated here have run Challenge 36 before? You have done Challenge 36 before.
This is where everybody needs to pay 100% attention.
Now, when we say challenge 36, what comes to people's mind is when somebody generates 36 codes, right? 36 codes. But if you look at challenge 36 very well, carefully, challenge 36 is not just about 36 codes. It's not about 36 code. That is why somebody can run challenge 36. Somebody can become a connector and you make 1 error. Hello? You generated 36 code this month. How much did you make? 0 error. It's possible that 36 code was generated in just 1 leg. So there's nothing to match. The other leg is empty. 36 code does not only helps you to make the money, it also helps you to create the structure to building your business. For me, I sat down and looked at that challenge 36 because that is one of the things that has helped me. Challenge 36, nothing else. If you understand challenge 36 very well, you will understand that it can help you build your business. What is challenge 36? Challenge 36 is when you're able to generate 36 code, but in a proportion. Now, I need us to look at this structure. You are going to catch something from this. This is you. You want to run challenge 36. There are different preparatory steps. I may not go into the details. One of the things is that you must prepare a timetable, things you're going to do for that 1 month, which I will just tell us mathematically here so that we understand. It's just the numbers. For you to be able to run challenge 36, you can effectively run challenge 36 when you have been able to identify 5 minimum persons you're going to run it with. Minimum 5. And when you're going to run with this 5, a minimum of 6 codes, including yourself. This is what I call challenge 36. 6 times 6 is 36. This is when you're a connector. If you do this, you have just laid foundation to build your business. You can emerge and get to any level at this point. This is at the primary level. This is at the primary level. If you're able to do this across board, you want to start your business now, come, challenge 36 and SMO and then the system. These are the 2 major tools. As you're learning, you're also building structurally and you're also making money. Now, if you make 6 code across board the first month, the second month, they will now engage at the primary level while you're working with them. You also teach them to also position. You're not just recruiting for them, you're also teaching them the positioning. I always tell people that efforts and actions does not make you successful in this business. It is structured effort and action that makes you successful. Structured effort and action. This person, by the second month, is not looking for another new challenge or looking for something new to do. He knows he has started something. He is now a connector at the primary level. Now let me work with these 5 persons also to become a connector. And it teaches them the same principle, they do their own, and if you check whether this also goes in line with our 555 worksheets. If you're able to do this at the end of the day, this guy will become a connector, this guy will become a connector, this one will become a connector. Automatically you become a soaring connector. Every soaring connector does not need to beg to make 1 million naira. And this person is not chasing the income. He's aware. He chases the structure. If I get the structure, I make the money. You are not chasing money. If you chase the structure, you have the money. Now the beautiful part of this is that you are building your business, you're also making money. The goal now is how can I help these guys to also win at the secondary level. If they win at the secondary level, you are sure to go between 2 to 4 M club. residually. You don't need to recruit. I understood this very well. I remember the last time I recruited was November last year, until August this year. The last time I recruited is November last year, until August this year, when it was time for me to raise another set of members. While you're raising them, once this guy have won it at the secondary level, guess what? They are now empowered, they have the knowledge, they can now continue the process when you also raise the other 5 again. And then it continues, it continues, it continues. If you have 9 of them, you become an elite connector. So it is about that structure. It is about that structure. But now, this is what I want to show us this evening that we did, that stood out for us. Because everything we study and understand is around challenge 36, because we discovered that is just the key to becoming a millionaire. That was when the idea of Project Activate came in. Mr. Michael Ukuli sold that idea to us, Project Activate. Because most people, when they come on board and tell them they're going to do 36 code, it looks very, very big. It looks very, very big. So the idea of Project Activate now came in. What is Project Activate in the real sense? For us, we're looking at matching bonus. For me, it's the matching bonus, and I don't look at connectors bonus. Now, the project, for any portfolio to become activated, to start earning, it must have 1 minimum on the left, 1 minimum on the right. It means this guy has activated. But the Project Activate, this is Activate. But Project Activate itself is not just activate. It's when you activate, you also help these 2 guys to activate. Then you now stay active. Hello? At this level, you have activated. At this level, you stay active. If you check what has happened, 6 code has been generated. This 6 code means they are all coming in with 1 code, which is important to upgrade. But we are not looking at the upgrade. That one is bonus. We are following structure. We are not just following codes. Now, with this Project Activate, if you do Project Activate with this guy, what happens? The 6 code will come out. You do Project Activate with him, the 6 code will come out. The same thing, the same thing, the same thing. This guy next month will do Project Activate with this guy. It's just only 2. Just activate and help your teammate activate. That's all. Just 2. A time came again, and Mr. Michael only looked. He said, no, there's something like Project Kickstarts. I said, boss, which one is Project Kickstart? He said, you guys, look, just let the person just sign up only 1 person. Yes, the loafers. Before they don't know them as loafers. So just sign up. Say if somebody sign up 1 person, he's inspired to sign up the 2nd person. Are you aware that success gives birth to success? Most of them is just when they want to see that they can sign up 1 code. Once they sign up 1 code, they believe that the rest can come in. Yeah. And this one is not done within the first 3 months, 2 months. This one is done within the first 1 week the person joins your business. What will keep people in your team to learn is the progress they make. Hello? It's just very few that will see, those who are actually following the knowledge. But what will keep people in your business to sit down and learn is the proof. You know, during presentation, we used to tell them, all you need to do is submit your 50 contact name list, send third-party call, we call them. We used to tell them, is there a possibility you can connect a minimum of 2? He said, yes. Now he has joined you. 1 week has passed. He has submitted 50 contact name list. 2 weeks has passed. 3 weeks has passed. Nothing happens. That person is not real. That's just the truth.
So there's so much value in this video, but I have to stop it now. Okay. There's so much. If you got value so far, so that I want to quickly go and I want to quickly explain it. But if you got value so far, I want to go to the chat session and then say, I got value. You got value. You got value. I want to say that you got value. Okay. Now, for those of you that are new in this business, congratulations to you. You joined in at the right time, just when we're, when we have just restructured our business. Those that are old, they are having a bit of an issue with it because it just felt like, but I've been building. Why are they telling me to start all over again? Okay. There's this thing that I shared with my team in Abuja. I hope this drives it home for a lot of you. I shared it with the team in Abuja, and I told them that there's this saying, you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. We have seen a lot of people that, oh, this person used to be a millionaire. Oh, I'm sure some of you know somebody in your life that used to be a multi-millionaire, but today the person, as in, even they can't even, if they gather all their money, all their assets and everything, they can't even boast of 2 million naira. I know some of us know people like that. I mean, I know a lot of people like that as well. There's so many people that I know that used to be so wealthy or used to be rich at some point in their life. And I was just wondering why. And then, of course, the reason is simple. Things were changing, but they did not change with it. You see a lot of businessmen, people that used to be people that were just top earners, and all of a sudden they're no longer making money. Even in La Buena Vida, not just in La Buena Vida, even in Alliance Motion Global, our company, right, have a lot of people that used to be top earners, and all of a sudden our team just came and overtook them. The reason is because things were changing, but they were not changing. Okay, and then the thing I told my leaders is that because it's difficult, somebody that's already used to doing things a certain way, and then all of a sudden you're telling them to do things another way. Oh, the trends are changing now, you need to move your business to social media. People have left the streets, they're now on social media. People have left the radio programs and all that. People are now on social media. People are now, guess what, the radio stations, I mean, I work in the radio, and I'll tell you that the ones that are thriving today are the ones that have found a unique way to move with the trend. They've now realized that, okay, people are mostly on their phone. So how do we bring radio to the phone? Do you understand? So that people can quickly, how do you also make radio exciting on phone? I mean, why would someone leave their normal programs on their phone and they start searching for radio? So they had to make sure that they find a unique way to make it exciting, to drag people, to their radio program online, on social media and all that. So the problem is that people are not changing. They are not adapting to the change. They just hope that whatever brought in that glory that they are now enjoying, or they used to enjoy, will keep it. No, it doesn't work that way. So the story I used to explain it was, okay, first of all, there's this saying, you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. I've said that before. So we used to have this dog. The name of the dog is Kacha. Right? Why I'm saying it, because a lot of changes are happening, and so people are battling with it. And if we, the old leaders, do not understand these new changes and begin to accept it, we're going to find it very difficult to, engage our teammates, to help our teammates to succeed with this new structure. Because guys, this is the game changer. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So we used to have Kacha now. Kacha was our first dog. So they brought Kacha when I was still very young. So Kacha and I grew together. Kacha was a year old when I was about a year old as well. So it's like we're age mates. And at some point, around maybe when the dog was 12 years old, the dog was already old. And we could no longer teach. Sometimes when we're telling Kacha, because we had already experienced other people that had dogs. When we go to other people's house and you're telling their dog, sit down, we see how they're telling their dog, sit down, and then the dog will sit down. They tell the dog, well, shake my hand, and then the dog will, shake their hand and everything. So we just were excited about that. So we tried to do it in our house. So we'll tell Kacha, the name of the dog was Kacha. So we're telling Kacha, oh yeah, shake my hand. The dog is just looking at you. I beg, the dog will just leave you and just run away. So it was not even doing anything. And then at some point in our life, I think some months after, that period, or a year or so after that period, my dad got another dog. A female dog this time, because our male dog was already getting old. So my dad wanted the dog to, procreate. I think that's the word, yeah. So that's how, when we brought Kacha, from a very tender age, we were already trying to teach Kacha, oh yeah, shake my hand, do this one, do that one. So Kacha got so used to it. So if you tell Kacha, stop it, it will actually stop. If you tell my other dog, Kacha, stop it, the one will be looking at you. But if you tell, the name of the new dog was Blackie. So if you tell Blackie, oh yeah, stop it, Blackie is going to stop it. Blackie, stop, it will stop. If you say, Blackie, come, Blackie will come to you. If you tell Kacha, come, Kacha will just leave you and be doing whatever it is he's doing. But unless if you call Kacha, it will come around and it will think it's food you're looking for. But if you tell Blackie, whether you're giving Blackie food or not, if you just say, Blackie, come, Blackie will actually come to you and be looking at you. So if you say, Blackie, shake my hand, Blackie will just extend its hand and give you, and then you can shake Blackie. So the reason is because we started very early with the new dog, right? So the new dog, it was easier to beat it into shape. But with the old dog, it was really difficult because you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. But guess what? Kacha never, ever moved with the new trend until Kacha died. So my advice to you, please, I beg of you, do not be like Kacha, because it's not like our business will not being an entrepreneur. You cannot afford to be like those people that because they do not move with the trend, Now the world has moved and left them behind. They are struggling so much today. Do not allow that to happen to you, because what's going to happen to you is that you're going to bring in new people as well. And instead of teaching them new tricks, because you're unable to learn the new tricks yourself, you cannot even teach them. Do you understand? You cannot even teach them. And that's not going to serve you in this business. So I need you, please, not catcher, C-H-A. It was catcher, like catch it, catcher. So because I want that to be the first thing you do. Please, I beg of you. Even me, when the whole structure was coming and then they said all of us from A to Z are going back, back to the grind. I was like, a whole me. I don't grind for how many years in this business. Why are we going back? Because if we, the leaders, do not understand the structures ourselves, we cannot even teach it. Okay. So understanding, I need to go to the foundation first of all, before I explain what Abraham explained, okay? I need to go to the foundation. Now, what do I mean by going to the foundation? Hold on, guys. For those of you that are already logging out of the meeting, it's not me you're doing, it's yourself you're actually doing. It's absolutely not me you're doing, okay? So why am I going back to the foundation? Of course, foundation of this new structure and all those things that we're bringing into the business, into the system, okay? So the reason why I'm going through it is because I know that the leaders have, Ambassador Ronke also showed it yesterday, leaders have been talking about it and all that, but I want to show you something, because if we do not understand the structure, we're going to continue to struggle, okay? Before I get into Challenge 36, before I talk about Challenge 36, let me first of all talk about how we're starting out, okay? So first of all, once you sign up, we're going to add it to a partner group. All the leaders have already created their partner group, okay? If you're not part of, if you're a leader, you're not part of the partner group where you're adding your new sign up, please ask your leaders immediately, because people have created their partner group. Please, if you're not a certified leader in my team, and we find out that you have your own partner group, we'll just know that you are a rebel. You're not willing to follow structure, and we'll leave you. Grow to become a leader. They will tell you when it's the right time for you to create your own partner group. The problem has always been that we're not doing things together. People are just doing things their own way. And that is why we water down a lot of systems. The only people I have allowed to create their own partner group in my team are the Global Stars certified leaders. My inner circle leaders are the only people that have been allowed to do that. Now, I've told them that once you create the group, once you create the partner group, okay? Once you create the partner group, first of all, what does it take to become a partner? I hope you guys remember. Once you create the partner group, I know I'm explaining what I'm explaining now because some people do not just still get it. Once you create the partner group, you can now make your own key leaders admins, so that whenever because if you say you want to be adding everybody by yourself, it's going to be it's going to stress you out. So when they're adding people, they can now start adding people. Once somebody signs up immediately, once somebody makes their payment immediately, please, there's a document that Ambassador Nefo brought out, the bulletproof document. It's a document that it's just something that they can read in 5 minutes. I don't know how many of you have seen that document. How many of you have seen the document? How many of you have seen the document? You've seen that document, the bulletproof document. Please say yes. How many of you have seen it? Fantastic. If you haven't seen the document, I'm going to reshare it again in the EAP group. Then all of you can share it with your partner, with your teammates. Okay. So we're going to create the group. If you've not created leaders, please, if you've not created your group, create it immediately so that people can begin to align themselves immediately with the structure and make your key leaders, only your key leaders, people that are already partners already. I will advise you, people that are partners already, are active partners already, because you can't put people through the process if you're not going through the process yourself. It doesn't make logical sense. Okay. So a partner is someone who signs up into In Global Business. The reason why we're advising you to give them that document, that 5 minutes document, is so that you can just arm them in some way. So as soon as they sign up and you give them that document to read, and of course, call them, congratulate them and all that, you add them to the of course, you prepare them, and then you prepare them to attend IPO and Quick Start Guide. As soon as they attend the Quick Start Guide and QSG, you add them to the Emerging Active Partner Group. In this group, please, I advise you, give them my first year network marketing to read. As soon as they are done with their QSG, give them the book immediately, your first year network marketing to read. And of course, like we already said, how do you keep yourself active in this group? By at least signing up a minimum of one person, getting a minimum of one code in a month. We'll give you 3 months. If you don't get any code, we'll remove you. That is why only leaders, only active, my leaders that are active partners are allowed to be, what's the word now? To be admins on this group. Only my inner circle leaders are allowed to be admins on this group. Now, as admins, somebody signs up. Why I want them to be admins on this group, and only them will add, not them and their leaders. They are the only ones that are allowed to add, because I want them to also have a one-on-one relationship with their lead, with the people that are joining their team. So not let it, because I know in one of my meetings, I was asking people what do they think that we can do to enhance the team and all that. And then one person suggested that what if there's a way that I'm not just the only one talking to my prospect, but my leaders are also involved. So this will make it compulsory that leaders are involved in the growth of their team. Because if somebody tells you, okay, this person has gone through QSG, and you confirm that this person has gone through QSG, when you add the person, you can say to the person, wow, I'm your leader. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. If you have any question, you can always ask me. Do you understand? If the person can know that, okay, if they have any problem with their leader, they can always reach out to you. So that if somebody has a bad habit, maybe they are not always speaking call and all that, you will not lose that person that would have been a potential leader. So I hope all my leaders are in this meeting and are also listening to what I'm saying. Okay. So that's what it is. Okay. So when you add them to this group, of course, when somebody every Thursday there'll be a call. If you want to become an active partner, blah 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 blah. You know, these are the requirements to become an active partner. We'll lay down the requirements. We're not going to this requirement to be explained by Ambassador Ronke at the onboarding, okay, at the onboarding session, okay. But first of all, if you're here, there'll be a meeting where we call out those that are interested. Do you want to become an active partner, or do you want to be doing your business at your own pace? Nobody's really going to push you. Also in this group, you can get their 50 name list, get their 100 name list, okay? But they must not go through the SMO checklist. Only the people that decide and agree that they're going to be active partners are the people that you give the SMO. And we have decided that the SMO checklist must be physical. You're giving them the SMO checklist, maybe when you're sending in their packs or something, or you're going to send the SMO checklist to them. Do you understand that? I hope this is making sense. You as the leader, if the person is far away from you, you can keep it. And as they're attaining different levels, you're ticking it for them. And then at the end of everything, you sign it. And then Ambassador Ronke, our GA leader, must be the final person to sign. She's the one signing. I think there's a place where I'm going to sign. She's working on the SMO checklist. I think by this week we should all start having the new standard SMO checklist for our team. She's the one producing it, and as soon as it's ready, okay, we can now start getting it immediately. And then ensure that people are going through the process. Only people who agree to be active partners, the people that say, you know what, I want to take my business to the next level, I want to really take this business seriously, are the ones who are going to be given the SMO checklist. And then they can now attend the onboarding session with Ambassador Ronke and then start moving from there. Those of you that are already old members, that are still emerging partners, and you want to become an active partner, the requirement has been laid out already. Some of you have already done your IPO. If you've not done your IPO, you have to do your IPO, even if you've been an old member. If you're not already in the EAP group, there's an EAP group. If you are not already in the EAP group, let me say it again. If you are not already in the EAP group, ask your leader to add it to the EAP group only when you have attended IPO and QSG again. So there's IPO and QSG, it happened yesterday. There's another one on Thursday. So you have to wait to attend on Thursday before you are added to the EAP group. If you're not in the EAP group, you will not even know what is happening, because most of the information starts, we start telling people or giving people information from EAP group, start telling people to attend cell meeting from EAP group, even though they are on no, they are not compelled to attend cell meeting at EAP group. Do you understand that? So please, all the leaders that are currently in EAP group, that every time after cell meeting, you're always posting that you were at cell meeting, you do not need to do that, okay? EAP group is just, you're not compelled to do anything really. It's good that you attend cell meeting and all that to grow, and then of course one day become an active partner, but you are not compelled to. Do you understand that? People who are, first of all, you cannot even smell really, just know that you cannot even perceive the real estate division if you're not growing, if you don't become an active partner and then grow to become a Kingsman. Okay, so today Ambassador Ronke is going to be having a meeting with all her active partners, and I've already given time that once it's 10 a.m. today, I will not collect new active partners that are going to join the meeting today. Okay, so ensure that you become an active partner. Send in all your details so that I can confirm. And those of you that send your email and you did not send your phone number, I cannot, your WhatsApp number to be precise, I cannot fully confirm you and add you to the group. How will I get your number? I'll find it difficult to find and get your number. Please remember that you must meet the requirement. Not only have you done your IP and QSG, but you must have signed up at least one person. And then, of course, fill the application form before I add you there. And you must be an old member. New member, remember, they must go through the onboarding session before I add them to the group, okay? They apply, they do everything, but they must go through the onboarding session, okay? So we're having a meeting. What is happening today is not the onboarding session, but active partners who were old members. That is the meeting we're having today. And you won't be part of that meeting if you are not an active partner, certified active partner. You must have signed up one person. If you do not meet the criteria, please don't bother sending in anything, okay? The email address to send it to is gili.didi@gmail.com, okay? So back to the lesson that we learned today, becoming a millionaire, right? Through the Challenge 36, okay? What I named the training is the pathway to becoming a millionaire, of course, through Challenge 36. So let me use this board to explain what he was saying, okay? Before I do that, let me explain the achievers structure in our team. The one I just explained to us is how to be moving in the business, how to be building your business structurally building your business. That's just what I explained, okay? But how do you advance in ranks as well? Of course, with the structure as well, okay? How do you advance in ranks, okay? First of all, become an activator. Is anyone who connects at least 2 people, you become an activator, okay? So we said every Monday, we're going to be celebrating activators, but we're not doing that today, because today is not a Monday. We did the meeting yesterday and Ambassador Ronke celebrated activators. So but every Monday, we're going to be celebrating activators, okay? We're also going to be celebrating connectors. Who is a connector? A connector is someone who has generated at least a minimum of 36 codes. And Ambassador Ronke has already said that the way she's going to arrange people during the Emerge event is she's going to arrange people according to their ranks, okay? Please be very conscious about how you're building your business. And I'm happy that Abraham took time to explain all these things. All these things I have explained earlier are also in line with the changes, okay? So how do you do Challenge 36 alongside Project Activate? I'm happy that we heard Project Activate, okay? How do we do it? So first of all, when somebody registers in your team, and your goal is to help the person to do Challenge 36. Don't just tell them. Some of your leaders, some people do Challenge 36 and they don't make money, right? Am I saying the truth? Some people here have done Challenge 36 and they did not really make money. Am I right? Am I correct? Some of you here, you did Challenge 36 and you're wondering, I did Challenge 36. I didn't even really make money. I made so little. What is happening to me? And that is what was made clear from that video that I played for you guys, right? The reason why a lot of you did not make money was because you did not build Challenge 36 structurally. You just did Challenge 36. Maybe one person did 36 codes. I remember Challenge 36 is that you do 36 codes. Becoming a connector is that you do Challenge 36, which is generate 36 codes, okay? So how to effectively do it is that, remember, we're using the 555 worksheet moving forward, okay? So that is where bring in 5 people and help the 5 people bring in their own 5 people, okay? So what it means simply is come in and get 5 people, right? Get 5 people, right? Help those 5 people to do six codes each. The 5 people you're registering will be registered across your legs. And then help them to do six codes. How do you help them to do 6 codes? Let's say this is A. It's not complicated, so don't make it complicated. This is B, this is C, this is D, and then this is C. You get 6 people. You have to get your own 6 people yourself. You must bring 6 because you're the 6th person. Remember that 36 divided by 6 is what makes 666. So it has to be across as well, okay? So look at this. You help A activate. That's the number one thing. Help A activate. And then ensure that A helps her own or his own 2 people to bring their own 2 people as well. That way you have already done 6 here. Do we understand? The same thing happens here. This person, you help this person activate. and help those people to also activate as well. Do we understand that? The same thing with here, you help them to do, get 2 people and help those 2 people, teach them to teach their own 2 people to get their own 2 people. And this is happening across your legs. Even if you have only 1 account, I'm not going to say it's still fine, because you would make a lot of money if all the people are registered across your leg. Please forgive how I'm drawing, okay? Okay, help D do the same thing, now 6. Help C do the same thing, now 6. Help B do the same thing, now 6. Helps sorry, A, B, C, D, E. Sorry, it's E, not C, okay? Help E to get 2 people as well, and help their own 2 people to get their own 2 people as well. How many people do you have in total now under you? How many people do you have in total now under you? Someone is saying the screen is not clear. Oh my God. Is the screen clear for you people, for other people? Let me know if it's from my own end or if it's from your own end. Was the screen clear? My leaders in my office are saying that it is very clear. So I don't know what to say. Some people are saying it's clear. A lot of people are saying it's not clear. How do we do it? Because I don't know if it's possible to expand this. I don't think it's even possible to expand this. I'm trying to see if it's possible to expand this, but I can't expand it. I can't expand it. So I don't know what we can do, okay? Let me try and stop share. Let me try and share it again. So let me share it again. Is it clear? Is it clear now? Okay, so I'm getting a few yeses. Those of you that can't see it, I really, really apologize. There's really nothing I can do. I'm trying to even, okay, someone is saying, boss, can you remove optimize? Oh, okay. Is it clear now? Guys, let me know if it's clear now. Somebody just advised me on what to do. Okay, so sorry about that. People are saying yes now. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let me just clear up everything and quickly draw it again, okay? I know I promised this cell meeting was not going to last long at all, but if you guys don't get it, then I'm wasting my time, right? So I'd rather spend time and spend it well than waste it, okay? So Challenge 36, simply, for those of you that want to make money with Challenge 36, okay, is simply like this, like this, like this, like this, and like this, okay? So that's 5 legs, okay? So help this person to get 6 people, help this person to get 6 people, because a lot of people do Challenge 36 and they end up not making money. Help this person to get 6 people, help this person to get 6 people, help this person to get 6 people, and how they can effectively get 6 people so that also they too can also make money, even at their own level, even if it's small money, even if it's 30K, 40K. Someone that just signs up in their first 1 week, they've already done 30K. Trust me, they'll be excited, okay? Or in their first 2 weeks, they've already done 30K or 40K or 50K, okay? Now, this is assuming that all the people do minimum of 1 code. If they add up more accounts, coming with 3 accounts, trust me, that's a lot more money for you. But we're assuming worst case scenario, okay? And I like to work with the worst case scenario so that if people come in with more money, that's a lot more money for you. So if we're working for you to make 100K or 200K, and you end up making 500K, trust me, especially with the referral bonus of Digiverse and Megaverse, you're going to be very excited, okay? So how do you help this person get 6 people? In an effective way, using the project Activate, okay? So you help this person to get 2 people and ensure that their 2 people get their own 2 people as well. That way, this person has fully run their project Activate. They can do it to the 3rd level. They can do it to becoming an influencer as well. But at this level, the goal is to at least become a connector first. They can now help them do their own, to also become connectors as well, okay? You can now use this structure to help them to do theirs as well. Now look at this as well. This person will also get their own 2 people and help their own 2 people to get 2 people as well. Do you understand? The same thing here, 2 people. I've already drawn it before, but I'm trying to make it clear for everybody, okay? And then of course, help this person to get 2 people, and then also their 2 people get their own 2 people. Please forget my drawing. I'm using my mouse to draw. That's why it's not so nice, but the main thing is that we understand the concept, okay? So, and then you now get your own 6 people. You now get your own 6 people. Do you understand that? So, ladies and gentlemen, my question to you is this: how many people, how many codes do we now have there? How many codes do we have there now? How many codes do we have there now? Fantastic. It's 36 in total. It is now 36 in total. Have you seen a more effective way? The person who does it this way, and it's across your 5 legs, there is no way you'd make anything less than 200K. If you do it well like this across your 5 legs, that's if you're running multiple accounts. If you're running one account, I cannot guarantee that you make more than 100K. I will not guarantee that you make more than 100K. But if you do it across 5 legs, you're running like at least minimum of 3, 7 accounts, I guarantee you that you're going to make more than around 200K. And you're the one that personally sponsored all these people, you would make around 200K. Do you understand that? And like he said, this is doing it at the primary level, getting 36 codes. Now, when you help these people to now do 36 codes the next month, of course, you don't need to do your own another 36 codes. No. Help this person do 36 codes. Just 5 of them. You don't need to do another 36 codes. Help this person do 36 codes. Help this one do 36 codes. Help this one do 36 codes. Help this one do 36 codes. Like he said, you don't need to now, after you do it, you don't need to pray that you see 1 million naira in your DTC. The 1 million naira plus will be there automatically. But that's after your first month is to become a connector. The second month is now to help your people to become connectors as well, to help minimum of 5 people to become connectors. And at this point, you're not just a millionaire, you are a soaring. Most importantly, what are you? Let me see anybody that is going to get it. The first person to get it, you're going to get 10K from me. What are you going to become? Quickly, what will you become? What will you become? In the next, if I don't get in the next 10 seconds, 10, 9, 8, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You become a Kingsman as well. Kingsman. What does it take to become a Kingsman? What does it take to become a Kingsman? Let me show you guys what it takes to become a Kingsman. Okay? So quickly, what it takes to become a Kingsman is very simple. I don't believe you guys did not remember that. All these things we've been teaching. Some people are still not getting it, okay? So not only are you growing structurally, but you're also advancing in rank as well. You are also advancing in rank as well. So remember, to become a Kingsman, you must have completed the SMO checklist, connected at least 5 active partners, right? And then have a minimum of 3 accounts, okay? You are even on your way to becoming an emerging cell leader, because how do you become an emerging cell leader? So the mistake, I even made a mistake. It's not even Kingsman, it's even emerging cell leader, because you have now helped 5, you have not only brought in 5 people, you have helped those 5 people to get their own 5 people. So if you do it at the primary level, I'm not even talking about at the secondary level. If you do it at the primary level, do you understand that? Where you bring in 5 people and help them get their own 5 people. You bring in 5 people, right? Let me clear this thing. So you can see how everything is working hand in hand. I don't want you to look like, oh, but we're doing so many things. Oh, everything is working hand in hand. You get the 5 people. Becoming a Kingsman is simple. That you must get the what's it called now? You must get the 555 worksheet. After you have become a Kingsman, you get the 555 worksheet where you now help those 5 people to also become become Kingsmen as well. That's how you become an emerging. You have to help 5 people to become Kingsmen as well. Okay, so it's more or less like you bring your own 5 people and then help those people to bring in their own 555. But of course, challenge 36, we're advising you to do 666. So when you do 666, you are not just a connector, right? And of course, do your own 6 as well. You're not just a connector, but you are also, right? You are also a Kingsman, right? You are also a Kingsman, 1. You are also not just a Kingsman, you are also an emerging cell leader. That is if you now fulfill the other requirements of becoming an emerging cell leader. What does it take to become an emerging cell leader? You have produced 5 Kingsmen. You must have a minimum of 25 people attending cell meeting regularly, okay? You must be running a minimum of 7 accounts. You must have completed a 555 worksheet. And like I said earlier, doing all these things, the challenge tests and all that, they all work together towards helping you achieve your goal. What does it take to become a Kingsman? You must have 5 active partners. right? You must have 5 active partners. What does it take to become an active partner? We already laid down what it is already. We have explained what it is already, okay? To become an active partner, we've explained all that already, right? Must go through this, blah, 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 blah. You must start at least by just connecting at least a minimum of 1 person and then go through all the process and all that, okay? So you must have signed up 5 people. That's to become a Kingsman now. You must have signed up at least 5 active partners. They have signed up your own 5 active partners. Imagine cell leader is now when you have helped those 5 people to get their own 5 people each. Do you understand? And which is what using the Charintetic structure is going to help you do. Have you learned something today, ladies and gentlemen? Have you learned something today? Have you learned something today? Please, the structure is to guide you. The structure is to help you make a lot of money. The structure is for your own good. It's not just that the leaders are trying to, oh, you must do this. No. The structure is for your own good, okay?